Welcome to Mother Cluckers. My name is Debbie. Can a chicken be right or left-footed? And how can you tell? I'm going to talk about that today. Chickens, like humans, can show a preference for using one side of their body more than the other. This is called sidedness, and it plays a much bigger role in their daily lives than most people realize. Some chickens are naturally right-footed, while others are left-footed, and you can actually observe this in many ways. One of the easiest ways to see it is when chickens scratch the ground. Some birds will always lead with their right foot, consistently digging and kicking up dirt with the same side. Others will prefer their left foot and never switch no matter where they are or what they're doing. If you have a flock, spend a few minutes watching them forage. You'll start to notice that some scratch almost exclusively with one foot, while others may alternate or favor one side more often. Another interesting way this preference shows up is when chickens jump onto a perch. Just like how humans naturally lead with one leg when climbing stairs, chickens tend to use their dominant foot to hop up first. If you have multiple perches at different heights, you may notice that the same birds always lead with their right foot, while others always go left. This happens without them even thinking about it. It's just part of how their brain is wired. But foot dominance isn't the only way chickens show their sidedness. Their eyes also have a dominant side, and this plays a huge role in how they see the world. Chickens' brains are split in a way that allows each eye to handle different tasks. Their right eye, which connects to the left side of their brain, is better at focusing on details, such as looking for food, identifying tiny insects, or pecking at grains. Their left eye, connected to the right side of their brain, is better at scanning for danger. This is why you might see a chicken tilt its head in different directions depending on what it's trying to focus on. If a bird is looking for food, it may keep its right eye aimed at the ground, but if it hears a strange noise or senses movement in the distance, it will often turn its left eye toward the possible threat, scanning the area for danger. This ability helps chickens survive by allowing them to focus on food while also staying alert for predators at the same time. Another place sidedness comes into play is when chickens peck at things. Some birds have a clear pecking preference, always striking more with their beak on one side. If you watch closely, you may see that certain chickens always turn their heads in the same direction when grabbing food or investigating objects. This preference for one side over the other also appears in social interactions. Roosters in particular have a dominant side when it comes to fighting or displaying aggression. If a rooster is right-footed, he will often lead with his right foot when kicking or lunging at another bird. If he's left-footed, he'll use the opposite side. Even hens have a preferred side when defending themselves or engaging in small squabbles within the flock. Chickens can also show this preference in their roosting habits. Some birds consistently sleep on one side of the perch, always facing a certain direction. Others may have a preferred spot in the coop where they feel safest, positioning themselves in a way that aligns with their dominant side. Another fascinating behavior linked to sidedness is object preference. Some chickens can get fixated on a certain nesting box, a particular roosting bar, or even a specific feeder, returning to it again and again. While this might not seem related at first, it often ties back to their brain's preference for one side over the other. A chicken that feels more comfortable looking over its right side may always position itself where it can do that, leading to consistent behavioral patterns. This trait even extends to communication and vocalization. Some birds seem to crow or cluck more frequently when they're turned a certain way, almost as if their dominant side controls more of their vocal output. If you listen closely, you might notice that a rooster crows more often when he's facing a particular direction, or that a hen makes certain noises only when she's looking to her preferred side. But perhaps the most surprising thing about sidedness in chickens is that it can change with experience. Unlike humans who are typically right or left-handed for life, chickens can sometimes adapt their dominance based on injuries or environmental factors. If a chicken injures its dominant foot, it may start using the other foot more often and gradually develop a preference for it. Also, if a bird is placed in a new environment where it feels safer turning one way over the other, it may start relying on that side more. All these behaviors, foot scratching, perching, pecking, roosting, eye dominance, and even fighting, show just how much sidedness shapes a chicken's daily life. It's something that happens naturally without them even thinking about it, but it affects everything from how they eat to how they defend themselves. So the next time you're watching your flock, take a moment to observe their habits. See which foot they use to scratch, which side they tilt their head to when searching for food, and which eye they use when scanning for predators. Once you start noticing these patterns, you'll see just how unique each bird is, not just in personality, but in the way their brains and bodies work together. Tell us what you notice in your flock about left or right-footedness. I'd be interested to hear what you think about the subject. Have you experienced any of these traits with your flock? Tell us in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.